stop. Just stop scrolling, because what I'm about to say, it might piss you off, but it will wake you up and change your life forever. Have you ever really looked at the world we live in, where two people the same age live in two different universes? One's flying first class to Dubai, the other's praying their rent doesn't bounce. They lied to us, not once, not by accident, but systemically, strategically, silently. They told us, work hard, get the degree, stay patient, and someday, Satan, you'll be rich. But look around. Where's the reward? You followed every rule, and you're still stuck in the struggle. At Zestify Up, we say screw the script, because wealth, it's not reserved for the chosen few. You weren't born to stay broke, you were born to rise. And we're here to make damn sure you do. Why does life online look perfect, while yours feels stuck? You scroll past supercars, gleaming under the Mediterranean sun, oceanfront mansions, sprawling along pristine beaches, and endless holidays, exotic destinations, private jet travel, experiences most can only dream of. Lives that seem effortlessly glamorous and perpetually free from the everyday struggles that consume so many. Then you look up back to your own reality. Bills on the counter, a constant reminder of financial pressures, alarm set for 6. Another day begins before the sun even thinks about rising. A job you tolerate, a means to an end, but hardly a source of profound fulfillment. The contrast is brutal, a jarring wake-up call. The life you see, the highlight reel of others versus the life you live, the unedited version of your own story. Millions feel this split, this chasm between aspiration and reality. Two worlds, one of boundless freedom and limitless possibilities, the other a constant struggle for survival, a relentless pursuit of just getting by. Some seem to have cracked the code. They've unlocked the secrets to a different existence. They have time, the most precious commodity of all, freedom, to pursue their passions, to explore the world, to live life on their own terms and legacy, a lasting impact that extends far beyond their own lifetime. They play by different rules, operating within a system designed to perpetuate their advantage, gliding effortlessly through life, while the rest of us run on a hamster wheel, endlessly chasing a carrot that always seems just out of reach, hoping to get ahead, to climb the ladder, to escape the rat race. We are the backbone, the engine that keeps society running, showing up day after day, working hard, following the rules, believing in the promise of a better future. We did everything right. We followed the prescribed path, studied diligently, earned our qualifications, landed the steady job, the one that was supposed to guarantee security. Yet true freedom, the ability to live life on our own terms, always feels tantalizingly out of reach, just beyond our grasp. We're told to work harder, put in more hours, sacrifice our time and energy, save more diligently, pinch every penny, defer our dreams for a later date, wait longer for the promised rewards. But something feels fundamentally off, a nagging sense that we're missing something crucial. The gap isn't simply a matter of luck or fate, a random distribution of fortune. It's a system, a carefully constructed script handed down to us through generations, a set of unspoken rules that govern our lives. We were meticulously taught to be good employees, to follow instructions, to contribute to someone else's dream, not to build our own wealth, to create our own empires. We learned to work tirelessly for money, to trade our precious time for a finite sum, not to make money work tirelessly for us, to leverage its power to create passive income and generate lasting wealth. And that's how the cycle relentlessly keeps turning, perpetuating the imbalance, ultimately benefiting those who wrote the script, those who control the narrative, those who have mastered the art of wealth creation. Zestify Up is your toolkit to wealth creation, your mental upgrade, your fire escape from the cycle they forced you into. And the moment you decide, I'm done following their rules, that's the moment your wealth journey actually begins. What if everything you thought you knew about wealth was a carefully constructed illusion? What if the path to financial freedom wasn't as complex and unattainable as they want you to believe? The biggest lie? That wealth is complicated, that it requires some innate genius or a stroke of unbelievable luck. They want you to believe it's a tangled web of incomprehensible jargon and risky gambles. They make it seem like a secret art, a closely guarded practice passed down through generations of the elite. Reserved for the elite, those born into privilege or those who've somehow managed to claw their way into the inner circle. Jargon and complexity are used to intimidate you, to make you feel inadequate and unqualified, so you won't even try. They overload you with information, hoping you'll simply give up in frustration. The system wants you to hand over your money, so they can get richer, perpetuating the cycle of wealth inequality. They profit from your financial ignorance. From childhood, we're told, a narrative carefully crafted and relentlessly reinforced. Get good grades, follow the rules, and don't make waves. Find a safe job, a secure position with benefits and a steady paycheck, and you'll be set. You'll have achieved the American dream. But this script delivers stagnation, not freedom. It's a gilded cage, not a path to true wealth. It keeps you comfortable enough not to complain, just enough to keep you complacent, but never free, never truly in control of your own destiny. The media glorifies lottery winners, not smart investors. They celebrate chance, not calculated risk. Films show the rich as lucky or evil, reinforcing negative stereotypes and discouraging aspiration. Never as disciplined learners, as individuals who've dedicated themselves to understanding the principles of wealth creation. The truth? Wealth is built on simple principles anyone can learn. It's about understanding how money works and making it work for you. The system thrives on financial ignorance. It needs you to be confused and overwhelmed. Assets versus liabilities. Understanding the difference between what puts money in your pocket and what takes it out. Using debt wisely, leveraging it to acquire assets that generate income. Prioritizing income-producing assets. Investments that generate cash flow, providing you with financial independence. These aren't secrets. They're not complex formulas or hidden codes. They're hidden in plain sight, disguised by jargon and misinformation. Because a financially empowered population threatens the status quo. It challenges the established power structures. They don't want you to know the truth. They benefit from your ignorance and dependence. Because the truth sets you free. The truth empowers you to take control of your financial future. Here is where Zestify Up comes in. It gives you the hard facts and empowers you to your success. Let's be honest. School doesn't teach us about money. We learn math, history, and science, but not budgeting, investing, or building a business. This isn't an accident, it's by design. The education system was built to create employees, not owners. School trains us to follow schedules, seek approval, and trade time for grades. Later, for paychecks. We're rewarded for conformity, not creativity. The result? Highly educated, financially illiterate people. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, earning well but drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck. They followed the script, got the grades, landed the job, yet feel trapped. High income, high expenses, no assets, no freedom. The one thing that could set us free, financial education, was left out on purpose. The system didn't fail us. It worked exactly as intended. While most of us memorized facts in school, wealthy kids learned different lessons at home. They weren't told to get a good job. They were taught to create jobs. They learned to invest, not just save. The real divide isn't money inherited, but financial intelligence passed down. The wealthy teach ownership. You get rich by owning things that make money while you sleep. They focus on passive income, property, shares, businesses. They use debt strategically, understanding the difference between good and bad debt. Good debt buys assets that pay for themselves and more. They learn the language of money, balance sheets, cash flow, risk. Wealthy families talk business at home. It's an apprenticeship in wealth. This knowledge is their true inheritance. It's the software that multiplies money, while most of us run on outdated programming. That's the real advantage. What is the single most important financial lesson you'll ever learn? It's not about complex algorithms or insider trading secrets. It's something far more fundamental, something that dictates the financial destiny of individuals and nations alike. It's knowing, truly understanding the critical difference between an asset and a liability. This simple distinction is the bedrock of wealth creation. Grasp this, and you're already ahead of the vast majority. Simply put, an asset puts money in your pocket. It's anything that generates income, whether it's through investments, business ventures, or royalties. It's the financial equivalent of a goose that lays golden eggs. Conversely, a liability takes money out. It's an expense, an obligation, something that drains your resources instead of adding to them. Think of it as a financial black hole, constantly sucking away your hard-earned cash. The rich understand this fundamental principle. They prioritize acquiring assets, things that generate passive income and build wealth over time. They focus on long-term financial security, not short-term gratification. The poor and middle class, often unknowingly, buy liabilities, mistakenly thinking they're assets. They get trapped in a cycle of debt and financial insecurity, constantly chasing the next paycheck. Take your home, for example. While it provides shelter and a sense of security, if you live in it, it's primarily a liability. It's costing you money every single month, through mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. These are all expenses that drain your cash flow, reducing your overall wealth. The wealthy know this distinction intimately. They understand the true cost of ownership and prioritize investments that generate income. They buy rental properties, not just to live in, but as income-generating assets. Assets that pay them rent every month, providing a steady stream of passive income. This income can then be reinvested to acquire even more assets. They buy shares that pay dividends, generating income simply by owning a piece of a successful company. They are always seeking income-generating opportunities, constantly looking for ways to make their money work for them rather than the other way around. This fundamental shift in perspective changes everything about how you approach your finances. It's a financial awakening. Suddenly, you see the world differently. You start questioning every purchase, evaluating its true cost and potential return. Fancy cars, which depreciate in value the moment you drive them off the lot, become liabilities. New gadgets, which quickly become obsolete, are seen as unnecessary expenses. Designer clothes, liabilities that offer little to no return on investment. The wealthy buy luxuries, yes, but only after their assets have generated enough income to pay for them comfortably. The middle class, on the other hand, often buys these luxuries with their salary, or even worse, with debt, digging themselves deeper and deeper into financial holes. The game is simple. It's a game of addition and subtraction. Build your asset column relentlessly and shrink your liabilities strategically. When you truly understand this fundamental principle, you stop playing to survive and start playing to win the financial game. It's not about working harder at a job you may not even enjoy. It's about working smarter, focusing your energy and resources on acquiring assets that generate passive income. Assets work for you tirelessly, generating income even while you sleep, even when you're not working, allowing you to enjoy life on your own terms. That's the secret the traditional education system, and often society itself, never taught you. So start building your assets now, one investment at a time, and begin your journey towards financial freedom. We're conditioned to worship the paycheck. It's seen as the ultimate reward, the measure of success. But relying on a salary is the slowest, riskiest way to build wealth. You're trading time for money. There's a hard cap on your earnings. Salaries are taxed the most, and inflation eats away at what's left. The secure job is an illusion companies downsize, automate, and restructure all the time. Your income depends on someone else's decisions. That's not security, it's risk. The wealthy build systems that generate income without their constant effort. Businesses, property, shares, these assets work 24/7. This is leverage decoupling income from time. To break free, stop thinking like an employee, start thinking like an owner. That's the path to real wealth. If you feel stuck, it's not your fault. The system is rigged to benefit the top, owners, banks, government, at your expense. Inflation erodes your savings, while assets owned by the wealthy rise in value. The system transfers wealth from savers to investors. Taxes hit salaries hardest, while business owners and investors get breaks and loopholes. The tax code rewards those who build wealth, not those who work for it. Credit traps you in debt, making you dependent on your next paycheck. Debt becomes a tool for control, not freedom. The system wants you exhausted, compliant, and always needing more. You haven't failed. The system failed you. But knowing this is the first step to changing the game. It's time to play by new rules. People aren't stuck because they're lazy, they're exhausted. The system keeps you so busy and drained, you have no energy left to change your life. Early mornings, long commutes, demanding jobs, endless chores. By day's end, you're spent. Burnout traps you in survival mode, with no time or energy to learn new skills or build wealth. This isn't accidental. A tired population is easier to control. If you feel this way, stop blaming yourself. You're not weak. You're being pushed to your limits by a system designed to extract maximum labor for minimum pay. Recognizing your exhaustion is a symptom of the system, not a personal failing, is the first step. You deserve more than just getting by. The cycle can be broken, but only if you see it for what it is. Don't accept the blame. Start reclaiming your energy. That's where change begins. The journey to wealth starts with unlearning. You must question everything you've been taught about money. Challenge the advice from parents, teachers, and society. Discard what holds you back. Unlearn that all debt is bad. Learn the difference between good and bad debt. See your home as a liability, not an asset. Unlearn the fear of risk. Realize the biggest risk is depending on one paycheck. Replace scarcity thinking with an abundance mindset. Money is a tool, not evil. Wealth lets you help others and live freely. Unlearning is uncomfortable but necessary. Friends and family may not understand, but you must stand firm. Financial freedom starts in your mind. Change your beliefs, and your bank account will follow. This is where the real work begins. The script you were handed isn't the one you have to follow. You can tear it up and write your own. Realizing the old rules were designed to hold you back is the first step to freedom. You don't have to do this alone. Find mentors, join communities, learn from others on the same path. Surround yourself with people who play by new rules. Start small, educate yourself, invest a little, build new habits. Every step forward builds momentum. Stop waiting for permission or the perfect time. The time is now. So if you're watching this, if you feel something rising in your chest right now, that heat, that anger, that ache, that's not frustration. That's awakening. You weren't born to be average. You weren't meant to struggle paycheck to paycheck. You were born to break free. They lied to us about wealth. But that lie ends here, with you. You don't need to play their game anymore. You can build your own. And if you want help doing it, I'll meet you on the inside, at Zestify Up, where underdogs rise, and wealth is no longer a secret. Refuse the story that you're destined to struggle. You were born for more than just working and paying bills. You can build a life of freedom and abundance. It takes courage and a new way of thinking. The truth is more powerful than the lies you were told. You can be wealthy. Wake up, unlearn the lies, and start rewriting your story today.